Good morning and very good day. I am Suzana Kasim together with my other researcher, one Fariza Azima Chazman and Muhammad Fazlan Muhammad Hussein. We would like to present our research entitled The Relationship of Entrepreneurial Intention, Sustainable Funding Initiatives, and Sustainable Entrepreneurship Values among Startup Social Enterprise, post-COVID-19 crisis in Malaysia. So this is actually part of our content and structure of the presentation. I would like to begin with quickly on the introduction and background. Yeah, so this is actually a report made by the social enterprise, and to find out the definition by British Council back then in 2018, they have already investigated number of social enterprises as this. So much unfortunate that East Coast area only represented by 7% from Kelantan, 1% from Pahang, and none participation from Terengganu. So based on a Global Entrepreneurship Monitor report, about 70, close to 70,000 consisted of social enterprise. So long they have a clear vision of their social mission in solving the social and economic problems and also the environmental, so they will be regarded as a social enterprise. And currently, we have an interest to focus in this particular paper on fintech startup, social enterprise, which actually encompass of non-Sharia fintech and Sharia fintech startup. And along the line, we are actually trying to tackle some area of interest in the bottom 40 needs. The fintech startup is a conventional fintech that use the element of financial and entrepreneurship technology to offer nature of interesting business model, while the Sharia fintech is actually focused on exploiting, the use of the technology to deliver Sharia compliant financial services and investment to clients regardless of their religious and also races. So in particular, we are actually looking at the problems in terms of low income startup and how the connection of sustainable entrepreneurship values come into the picture. So by looking at the business model, yeah, and the impact of COVID-19, they suffered a lot of financial distress, and even because of poor income generation throughout the activity, they are not able to pursue the process of entrepreneurship in a good manner. At the same time, they have to balance the sustainable values in terms of social, economic, and environmental, along with the bottom 40 values. Yeah, this is actually part of the business model that is explaining how the social enterprise create values by recognizing the opportunities and also offer an access to economy for the bottom 40 needs, both to individuals and also enterprises level. Along the line, the other important variables is to look at the entrepreneurial intention, a common perspective, and a study has been conducted to pursue the idea of to what extent individual offer awareness and interest or intent to start a new business in the future. While as we have been focusing on fintech, the technology adoption appear to be another interesting variable that connect us to the the practice of having this tool as part of their innovation and key enabler, yeah, to diffuse and then address how information on the innovation is transmitted into a group. And we are actually interested to also find out what kind of model that appear to be of interest, yeah, among social enterprise, whether that kind of financial assistance can offer sustainability values. And these are actually the type of current existing nature of practice that have been present in the Malaysian area, yeah, in terms of their uh, private institutions investment. We have also other industry, crowdfunders, yeah, social Islamic movement, and also government as the important contributor. And the problem statement is actually to look at to what extent sustainable initiative was being driven as a mission and vision of an enterprise, of which we have seen towards, despite the fact government has moved a lot of policy, somehow rather area in East Coast region appear to be left behind. So we need to look at the element of sustainable entrepreneurship values, whether the aspect of values has been like emphasized in the mission and vision of these enterprises. And we want to see the entrepreneur intention and also what nature of sustainable funding model assists. So we have coming up with these research questions here to look at whether there is positive and significant relationship between all the variables and whether technology adoption is able to moderate such a relationship. Our methodologies look into the literature review aspect. We move on with the secondary data to find out what happened here in the past studies. And we also gather multiple discipline research from enterprise or entrepreneurship education and management, sustainable entrepreneurship, and even Islamic social finance. So what we found was actually there appeared to be like a very good connection between all the variables involved. Yeah, and this is driven by a lot of initiatives continuing to that. Yeah, the stronger the intention, the more likely the behavior will be performed, and that is actually give us a lot of other empirical perspective and evidence to link our proposed hypothesis that there is a positive and significant relationship exists between entrepreneur intentions, sustainable funding initiatives, and also the SEV or the sustainable entrepreneurship values. And another variable is to look at the technology adoption. So yes, evidence have been very clearly show that technology adoption moderates the relationship between the funding initiatives and also the values of the sustainable entrepreneurship. So in conclusions, this current paper is actually at this juncture has offer relevant and underlying theories that can be connected to the development of the hypothesis and theoretical framework, and it has integrated several of these model theories into one, and in particular the ETA model was extended, and multiple discipline is actually integrated in explaining the nature of what is needed among the Malaysian Islamic Fintech startup social enterprise. Thank you very much for listening.